Ba'er Halala says it's a blessing and a curse seeing his 2-year-old play. A blessing because Lamar is his first child. A curse because seeing her reminds him how much he has missed of her life.
I was prevented from the visitation of my daughter during my imprisonment, who was born while I was in prison.
Halala was initially convicted for his involvement with the militant group Islamic Jihad. Since then, he's been rearrested and imprisoned several times for months at a time without being charged. He's among hundreds of prisoners detained under a controversial practice called administrative detention, where Israel imprisons people suspected of being a security threat without charge or trial. Israel says it has a right to protect itself and keep secret intelligence on why it has jailed the suspects.
This administrative detention is illegal and inhumane and contradicts all international laws. That is why I went on hunger strike, to obtain my freedom and break the injustice by an occupier who does not respect the law.
Halala's hunger strike in 2012 and that of several other prisoners this year have sparked protests and nasty clashes over the prisoners' rights issue. Here in Ramallah, Palestinians are showing their discontent with President Obama and his U.S. policies towards Palestinians in many ways. And one of the flashpoints they want him to address is prisoner rights. An issue that extends to Palestinian children as well. 15-year-old Mohammed Alami says he and his friends were taken by Israeli security forces in the middle of the night, blindfolded and roughed up after being accused of stone throwing.
They beat us and threatened us and said that we will never see the light of day or our parents again.
He says he was not allowed to see his parents or an attorney for 4 days after harsh questioning. He spent 6 months in prison after signing a confession he says he only signed because he was threatened. The Israeli military has not commented on the case. Is it possible that your son was throwing stones?
Honestly, he was studying and was at the school where I was teaching. I was watching his every move.
UNICEF has just released a report saying Palestinian children detained by the Israeli military are subject to widespread and systematic ill treatment, which violates international law. Israel's foreign ministry says it will study the conclusions and work to implement them through ongoing cooperation with UNICEF. Palestinians generally see the practices by Israeli courts and prisons as prejudice against them. Another red-hot issue threatening to burn any chance of a peace agreement if it isn't solved. Sarah Seidel, CNN, Ramallah.